This version of the video game Grand Theft Auto is on pace to shatter all kinds of records. By Christmas, it's expected to sell 9 million copies and bring in $450 million. The perfect gift to celebrate the birth of our Lord. With that kind of cash, the gaming industry can't afford the Grand Theft Auto to receive an adults-only rating, even though it features nudity, prostitution, cop killing, murder. The adult rating would keep the game out of stores like family-friendly Walmart, and God forbid that happens. Instead, the ratings board has given Grand Theft Auto a safer rating for M, for mature. I think that's what M. I think M stands for money, but they say it stands for mature. Cheryl K. Olson is the co-author of Grand Theft Childhood, The Surprising Truth About Violent Video Games. Cheryl, is the surprising truth about video games that we should all relax?
I wouldn't say we should all relax, but I think some of the big fears like school shootings and terrifying stuff, there just isn't evidence for that. The FBI and Secret Service have done reports that pretty much lay that to rest. But as a parent, there are some things to worry about. We did some research surveying 7th and 8th grade kids in 2 states, and we did find that the more M-rated games they played, the more likely they were to be involved in common childhood problems like getting in fights, having poor grades, trouble with a teacher. But most of the kids did not have those problems. One thing that is a concern that really worried me a little bit was that almost half of the boys, 12 and 13-year-old boys, are playing a Grand Theft Auto game a lot. So if you don't allow your child to have it at your house, he probably will play it somewhere. So you need to have a talk with him about your values.
Right, right. So, you don't think that there's a problem with our kids play? I mean, it doesn't do anything for the kids the way they view women if they're, they're allowed to play a game where you can get a hooker and then, have sex with her and then beat her to death with a baseball bat?
Sounds great. What's interesting, we did focus groups with boys who played the violent games, and a lot of them didn't even know you could find prostitutes or do those things in the game because you don't need to do those to win the game. And some kids just drive around, or sometimes they work for the police or deliver pizzas. It's almost like a big sandbox in a way. And it's interesting to watch how your child plays it if you choose to let them do it under supervision, because it might tell you some things about them.
I will tell you that all these video gamers who are writing they're bloggers as well as video gaming. They're writing all kinds of stuff about me, saying, that I'm just, I'm the enemy now of video game. I could care less about video game. Video game bloggers, they're losers. But video gamers, I don't really care. Although I did hear that this game gives you leprosy. I don't know if that's true. The problem is everybody dismisses this game, and I'm not even saying this game is, this is what's destroying society. It's magazines, it's movies, it's television, it's even talk radio. It's everything that is leading us to a more coarse society. And yet everyone dismisses their favorite little part of it. Isn't that a problem?
There have been worries about the latest media ever since the 1890s when the paperback novel came out. It was going to corrupt our young women. In the 1930s, they thought that showing gangster films would teach kids how to commit crimes, like how to blow up trains. But there is one difference here with the video games, and I think it's that parents don't know how to operate the controls. So you don't know what's in there, and that's scary as a parent. You can't flip through it or fast forward to see what's there.
Okay. Cheryl, thanks a lot.